G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League, and we're in Season 4. So the team I'm going to be running is Bastiodon, Tropius and Shadow Victory Bell. So this line gets is a bit decisive in terms of people absolutely hating it and refusing to believe it's actually a line that can be used. So on the lead, Bastiodon into Galarian Sunfist, so not a great lead, so I switch into Tropius straight away. So not ideal because the rock slides are going to be taking super effective, doing super effective damage. So decide to match the shield there, and then look to try and win back switch advantage. So able to get to the next Leaf Blade, and assuming they don't shield this up, which they actually do, I'm able to get both of their shields and then go in with a one shield advantage. So in this situation, what am I going to do? So I'm going to come in with the Bastiodon and look to farm down. So hopefully they don't have an Earthquake stored here. They do. It does a lot of damage, and then I've got one shield and Victory Bell in the back. So what comes out? So out comes Heracross, which is actually not too bad. Be able to shield up their move, and it is Earthquake. Wow, big move. I've got full Leaf Blade stored, almost charged to 2 complete Leaf Blades. I'm going to throw that on the Azumarill that comes out, charge that down, and then able to fast move farm down with the Shadow Victory Bell. So that just shows you the absolute power of a Shadow Victory Bell with a shield against the no shield situation. So able to take out 2 Pokemon with one shield and one fast move. So absolutely outstanding there. So into the the Umbreon, so they swapped out, so I'll do the same. I'm going to need to shield this up. I was a little bit slow on the swap there, and this swap is not what you would do. So swap into Tropius in this situation. If you get in this situation, swap into the Tropius. It's going to take resist the damage from any ground moves, immune damage from any ground moves, and it will also only take neutral damage from any electric moves that the Stunfisk has. So definitely swap into the Tropius there rather than swapping into the Victory Bell, but I have got obviously the Tropius in the back as well. So out comes the Hypno. So here I'm worried about Hypno having Fire Punch. So what I'm going to do is try and catch that charge move. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you do it. So it is a Psychic, so that's actually really good for me. So now that I know it's running Psychic, I don't need to swap out. I can let this go. So it's running Psychic and Thunder Punch. So I'm going to absolutely be able to charge this down. So I was a little bit worried about getting another charge move out there. I probably should have just fast move farmed it down. So then I could have thrown my energy straight away onto the Umbreon. I did have I do have a Tropius in the back, so we'll be able to do it. So still able to get to a fast move there, a charge move, and then able to swap in with the Tropius and take it out. So that was a good game. So I feel this team actually does better when it loses lead rather than winning lead, because the whole point of it is you safe swap in the Tropius and draw out their flyer, so Skarmory or Azumarill. So out comes Galvantula. So Galvantula, this team does really well against, and a lot of people are now running Galvantula with its new bug type move that debuffs. So really, really good to catch a Galvantula on the lead, as most people will run it on the lead. A few people I've seen have run it in the back, but really good to be able to catch a Galvantula on the lead against the Bastiodon. So against the Obstagoon, have to match shields there to be able to win switch, and you really do want to win switch here, so you can make sure the Galvantula is matched up against that Bastiodon. Just like every team, you want to be winning switch. So out comes the Cresselia, and then I swap into my Shadow Vic. I will shield this up because Shadow Vic is an absolute, absolute glass cannon. So throw the charge move, and then I'll swap into the Galvantula to farm down, and they leave the game. So the number of people that leave games or lose with shields is just insane. So good old Shadow Vic in the back. So we'll jump into the next game. So the whole point of this team, like I said, is if you lose switch, so a really unique lead, and that charm damage is going to be resisted because of the steel typing. So really good there, and a really solid lead. So no need to shield this up. Going to be the Hurricane does absolutely no damage, so all is good. So I'm going to actually throw this energy and force a shield or just take them out, and they let that go. So now I'm going to actually swap into my Tropius, and the reason for this is because even if they switch this out into something else, I've got the Shadow Vic in the back to be able to take on the Azumarill, so I don't mind them swapping out. So Umbreon comes out. I don't shield up the Ice Beam on the Azumarill, so that's even when they're switch locked in. And the reason for that is because you can still win switch. You just need to match shield. So you let the first one go, you throw your Leaf Blade, and then you can look to farm down. If they want to put in a shield, you can shield their second Ice Beam, but you don't need to do it for the first one, assuming you get in quickly enough. And there you go, another farm down by Shadow Vic. Really strong on those Razor Leafs, so really good there, able to get that win. So jumping into the next one, as you can see, I've got a few teams to choose from, but yeah, it is this is the first time I'm running the Bastiodon double grass line, so yeah, not too bad. So Giriarchi in the lead, and so here you go, here's the Azumarill the match, so I won't shield this up. An Ice Beam, it does a lot of damage, but I want to overfarm just a fraction, and then throw into my Leaf Blade, and as you can see, it leaves me, they don't shield, so it leaves me with a little bit of health, so less farm down on whatever comes in next. So out comes Giriarchi, and then it's just going to throw its Doom's Desire, and out comes Scrafty, obviously going to shield absolutely everything up. If it's a power-up punch, it's a bit of a wasted shield, but it is actually the foul play. And then I am able to fully farm them down because I was able to swap in quickly enough. So you want to make sure you switch quickly. And then Acid Spray. So this is absolutely brilliant for the Acid Spray. They've got 2 shields. Throw the Acid Spray, able to debuff their defense, and then able to farm down pretty effectively there. So able to go 5-0 in that first set, and we'll jump into the next one. So that was at level 4, well, rank 4, and now moving into rank 5 battles. So Shadow Machamp, not a good lead. So straight into the Tropius there, and they swap into the Galarian Stunfisk. So not ideal in terms of the rock slide damage, and this is something I will have to look at, potentially swapping up this Tropius, maybe throw in a Meganium, because that'll also have a bit more play on their steel types, and any steel or any anything steel basically will have a little bit more play on. So they're able to take me out there. I come in with the Shadow Vic to get a little bit of farm. In comes their Shadow Machamp. I am going to have to shield this up, and then look to farm down. I am able to farm down, and then what's in the back? Azu in the back. I've got loaded energy on this thing, able to throw the move and then able to have another person leaving the game. So really good there. So with Azumarill being so strong, it's if you keep one shield, if you have an energy advantage with Shadow Vic, you don't even need a shield, as you saw there. But if you have one shield, you can fully farm down by shielding up one of its ice beams. So again, Skarmory on the lead, so really bad for them. Out comes the Azumarill. Don't shield up the first one, and then they've not shielded. I do expect the Skarmory to come back out, but it is actually the Medicham, so that's an interesting one. So for this one, obviously, I'm going to come back in with my Shadow Vic and shield up everything it's got. It is just the power-up punch, unfortunately, so this does run Ice Punch, so I really do not want to be hit by an Ice Punch, and it's just a double power-up punch, which is fine, and able to fully farm that down. Out comes the Skarmory, and then this is 2 shields to nothing against the Skarmory, so going to be a bit of a close match, but to be honest, they can't throw a Brave Bird because it'll debuff them, and I do have the Victory Bell in the back, so I'm going to go for the charge moves because I do have a charge move stored on the Victory Bell. I will be able to throw that as well. So here's the second charge moves coming through. They're going to shield it up, which is fine, so I want to get it to try and get it within range of my Leaf Blade, so I wait to swap out, throw the Leaf Blade, not quite enough, but able to Razor Leaf down a Skarmory with the Shadow Vic, so really good game right there. So jumping straight into the next one and see what we get. So at rank 4 and 5, the reason I've done these is because they start to get a little bit more meta teams. So as you can see, Galvantula off the lead, and then out comes a Galarian Stunfisk. So a little bit slow on the swap, and then they're going to throw those Rock Slides. Those Rock Slides are super effective. So this is something that does happen a little bit, and then so I'm thinking that potentially, like I said, the Meganium is the way to go. So Meganium will be able to tank an Ice Beam. It will be absolutely walled by the Flyers, but that's kind of fine. The swap out is to draw out their Flyers, so then Shadow Vic can run rampant in the end game. So maybe Meganium is the way to go. So I was able to go to win that matchup, but I did lose. So I did lose a shield, and then out comes Azumarill. As you can see, I've got one shield for my Shadow Vic. It is a play rough, so I'm absolutely sitting pretty here. Out comes the Galvantula. Let's see what it does. So it is the lunge. It does so much damage. I just decide to throw my energy here so I don't get farmed down. I do grab a shield, which I'm obviously going to do, but then I'm going to be able to farm this down. So they're going to be throwing another lunge. And it just doesn't do anything, and then able to fast move farm it down with a shield. So I didn't really need to throw energy on the Shadow Vic there, and then they would have gone down with 2 shields. So lots of farming there. So jumping into the next game and see what we get. So Melmetal on the lead, and this is horrible for my team, and again, probably why you want to have Meganium, because Meganium can sort of pressure this. So here, first time I'd seen a Melmetal in this season, and it took me too long to decide what to do. They charged up too much energy, so they're able to get off so many Rock Slides, and I wasn't even able to get to a charge move. So really, really bad there. So out comes the Shadow Vic, and they're able to get to another Rock Slide. So this is looking really bad. And that Melmetal has just put in some work. So it's taken out a Pokemon. It's fully farmed down. yeah, 2 shields and a Pokemon for the Melmetal. Just it's GG's, and then they're able to get the switch alignment. The alignment that they want because they're able to win the match up there. So really bad for me. Needed to swap quicker. So I could throw at least some energy on to the Melmetal, but instead the Melmetal was able to just farm down charge down the Tropius, and then they're able to store up a lot of energy on the Wish Cache and Blizzard the Shadow Vic. So really poor play on my part there for that lead match. Took too long to decide, but it was the first time I'd seen a Melmetal, so I had to try and think about what to do. Took way too long, and the reason I swapped out from the Bastiodon is because of the superpower that they often run. It's just going to absolutely shred me. So on the lead, Skarmory, really good lead. They swap into their Cresselia. So going to no shield this, and it is a Grass Knot, so that's going to do absolutely no damage, so that's absolutely outstanding for me. I will throw my own energy here and see if I can grab a shield. So no shield there. They're throwing another charge move pretty quickly, so I imagine it's going to be another Grass Knot. It is. So at this point I'm thinking that they're only running one move, so not going to shield this up, and it is another Grass Knot. So chances are they don't have a second charge move on that Cresselia. Fully expecting the Skarmory to come back out, which it has, and instantly throw that energy to just do a little bit of chip damage. Going to throw more energy here, and what they're doing is charging up to save some energy, because they're fully aware that my Bastiodon is coming back out. Then out comes a Skarmory, a Shift Tree. So I will shield up the Leaf Blade there. If it is a foul play, it's not great. It's going to do huge amounts of damage, so you need to shield both of those up, and then they leave the match because obviously it's GG's at that point. And then able to go 4-1 in the next set. So as you can see there, doing pretty well with win-loss ratio. Managed to get a Trico, and this is a perfect example of why you don't rush your throws, because you could just see them jump and miss the great or excellent, throw another berry, wait for the attack, miss the excellent, so miss the throw bonus, and it just keeps breaking on out. So managed to get the great throw that time. Not ideal. So what I'm going to do here is finally wait for the attack and then manage to get the excellent. So take your time throwing, don't waste a whole lot of balls like I just did. Yeah, so as you can see there, able to go fairly positive on my win rates there, and really good there. So hopefully that was useful for someone. So there's lots of people that do sort of hate on the team of Bastiodon in the lead, but to be honest, I'm not 100% sure why people complain. I guess people complain because it's so linear. If you win the lead, then you win the game. But I mean, aren't most teams like that? I guess people complain because there's less chance for you to make a mistake. So there's less chance for people to take games that they shouldn't take. So I guess that's probably more of the problem. There's less competition in it. So if you get countered hard, you're going to lose. But that's the same as every team. If they've got counters for you, you're going to lose. So I'm not sure why everyone hates on this team quite so much. Hopefully it was useful for someone. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.